Alright everybody, welcome here to the Juice for Xfinity series. We're at the round of Iowa. I have a special co-commentator with me, Blake Warren. Introduce yourself, please.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Blake Warren. Glad to be here with you, DJ. We are looking for an exciting race here at Iowa. 25 laps around this little racetrack, and a lot of beating and banging to get around this little oval.
Yep, yes indeed, pace car is off. Charles Sanford is our pole sitter here. Eric Rodriguez on the outside. Green flag is out in the air. We are under the lights here at Iowa Motor Speedway.
Rodriguez jumps to the outside of the 8 going into turn number 1. Little bit of slide there, and he's going to pull out the nose. But I believe that the 8 of Sanford, nope, he's going to fall back to second.
Yeah, it looks like that outside groove really worked out in turn number 1 and 2 there. So Eric Rodriguez just like that taking the lead. You see Jesse Dalton in the TriStar machine taking second away. So it looks like it could be an outside oriented track depending on the groove you're in.
I gotta say, running the outside is definitely going to give you a little bit momentum out of the corners, but the only other problem is you're going to be probably using up a little bit more of the brakes than anywhere else.
Oh, we got trouble in the back. The 33 spinning around. Car number 28 also spinning. Drew Austin, and that's Eli Bright, and that will bring out our first caution of the day there. Looks like they might have made some contact out of turn 2 there as the pace car is out on the racetrack.
Indeed, 33 is bashed up badly in the rear end there. Hopefully no damage to his fuel cell.
Yeah, I think he got into the back of the 52, and really I think that was just a scenario they could have avoided so early on. And for a dash of 25 laps, it's still a bit too early to get aggressive.
Yeah, really hard hit by the 33 there into the inside wall. 28 managed to keep it off the inside wall and get himself going, but that's definitely not going to help these cars when it comes to gaining track position.
Yep, yes indeed, I do agree with that. But yeah, already a rocky start. You see a couple of cars actually just trying to get themselves back into position here. It's a bit unorganized near the back half of the field here. But it looks like, I think everybody's settled down for now. It looks like the 15's got an issue there. You see him on the apron out of turn 2. That's Chris Dodd.
Yeah, indeed. It's possible that Dodd may have had just an engine let go or something in the cylinder go flat.
Yeah, if not, he might be trying to go for maybe a bit of a strategy call, but I don't think that might be the case here, because there's something, you don't normally see a car like that go down the apron immediately in turn number 1 and 2, and, well, looks like they're coming down pit lane to diagnose the issue.
Indeed. Disappointing run for the 15 if there is indeed an issue there. Down the pit lane they go.
I don't think there might be any other takers that isn't the 33, though, but I don't think he's bothering to stay out. Really, or coming in to be exact, and it looks like, yeah, the 33 car will be staying out on track, surprisingly, with that rear end damage. It looks like a 4-tire stop for the 15 there. I think they're maybe just trying to maybe play a bit of a game here, but actually that was a 2-tire stop for the 15 car here. So I usually see 4 tires at this track, because, you know, they're so important on these restarts, but I think Chris Dunn decided to take the 2-tire stop here, obviously having to wait for the NASCAR official to let him by, and there you see he's back out on the track there, but he's going to start last on the grid here.
And with only 20 laps to go, the grand question is will he have enough time to make it back up to the front?
Yeah, that is an interesting question. Those fresh rubber on the left side tires could be able to do something, but how much of an impact could it be for Chris Dodd to get up there in position? It's really early in the race, so we might see other cars come in later on. But as of right now, Eric Rodriguez is our leader. He took the lead away from Charles Sanford, our pole sitter, coming in. So this could be quite interesting to see what these drivers can do on the restart here, as we do have the 1-to-go signal this time around.
So our top 5 currently is Rodriguez, Dalton in 2nd, Sanford in 3rd, Hernandez in 4th, Baker in 5th, falling back, Master in 6th, 7th May, 8th Roush, 9th Vanderpoppen, and 10th Pollard III.
Yeah, I know that 90 car's got a funny name to it. It's alright, I'm used to that, because it's one of the funnier names on the racetrack, but we shouldn't really judge them by how they're named, but how they run on the track. So we need to focus on the performance there. As I didn't really mention to you much, but it's a win-you're-in situation here in the G3 Xfinity series, similar to the other 2 series of the Winter Fresh trucks, as well as Double Mint, as you well know. So, you know, you gotta win, you're in. Those that joined in late have to win a race and pass somebody that's running full-time this season to be eligible here, but right now the pace car is off. Eric Rodriguez will lead us down to the green flag. You can take it over from here, from turns 1 and 2.
Here they go, down in the front stretch. Green flag is going to wave, and the cars are revved up and flying. Down in turns 1 and 2, the 24 and the 22 start making their move. 24 look to the inside, denied as the 22 continues his lead.
And looks like they all took a nice and easy single file, but you see Alex May in the 43 making a move to the inside of the number 26 there of Christian Master, but there you see Jesse Dalton reeling in that 22 here into turn number 1.
Down into the corner, almost into the 22. The 24 runs down to the inside, right on his rear bumper. Down to the backstretch they go. 24 still on the nose and tail of the 22. Rodriguez putting the block on Dalton. Now here they go into the front straightaway. A little bit of air between the two. The big question is the 24 going to try and shoot to the inside and get by the 22.
I think he's trying to really loosen up that 22 up there. You know, clean air is important. Aerodynamics are fundamental in these stock cars here. But you also see a bit of battling near the back half of the field. Like we mentioned, Chris Dodd still kind of getting around track position, but hasn't been able to do much with those two tires here. There's a battle with Cody Lamas and the 70 of James Qualls, but pretty much the lead has stayed unchanged here. Eric Rodriguez has been the one leading.
Qualls is in the wall.
Possible flat tire, or might have just gotten too high up in the marbles there.
Yeah, I think he just drifted a little bit too high on the racetrack, and strange that he would hit it in the front straightaway more than anywhere else.
Yeah, that is awfully peculiar there, so we might have to worry about the 70 having a possible tire rub. I think you see the 18 also in the wall there in the front stretch, but they kept it off there just now. But yeah, that's a tough break for some of these drivers. They're finding the wall already here at Iowa in such a short race, but already we see these drivers slowly getting aggressive as the laps are winding down.
Indeed, and still at the same, the 22 of Eric Rodriguez continues to hold the field hostage, leading every single lap thus far in his Ford Mustang.
Yeah, Dalton drove it in turn number 1 really hard, trying to get the exit speed there. Great exit for Jesse Dalton. Will he look low into turn number 3? He's looking, but backs off here, maybe trying to get that exit speed. Maybe that's what we see from this 24 car, is that he's looking at the exit of the corner there in the center to catch that 22.
My big wonder is this. Maybe the 24 is just trying to intimidate Rodriguez just enough to make him make a little bit of a move, make a mistake, and just get around him.
Yeah, you could be right there indeed. Like I said, aerodynamics are sensitive to these cars. If you get on someone's quarter panel, that could loosen the car up, but also if you're behind them in draft, that will push the car up just a bit too. So these drivers, if they're smart enough, they know how to manipulate the air off these race cars here, the Xfinity cars, to see. But these two have pretty much been inseparable here so far in the going.
Here we go with a battle for 4th versus Chris Master versus Sanford. Down into the top of the corner. And it looks like the 26 is going to get by, and the 43 of May is going to try and work his way to the inside of 8. Really rough day for Charles Sanford as he continues to lose position, but still trying to fight back to keep himself in the top 10.
Whether you're the pole sitter or not, this is still a good run for Charles Sanford, though. That 8 car hasn't been the best all day, but even so, this is still a spectacular run. Surely to help him in the point standings here. He's been on a bit of a decline here, but we could see some more drivers here as, remember, the races are winding down here for the playoffs in the chase. But right now, the battle for lead is still on, but Jesse Dalton has just been sitting there waiting for the 22 to make a mistake.
Indeed, as they head into turns 3 and 4, still the 22 holds out in front. Luis Hernandez back in third as we get a side-by-side battle between the 43 and the 26. Going back, we got Sanford getting sucked off by Cole Baker down to the front straightaway and in turn 1 and 2. Everyone else pretty much a single file run, minus a side-by-side battle in the number 2 and the 90 for 10th place.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's still calmed down. The laps are closing in for a really short race here. I consider this probably one of the faster lengths of the track here, but either way, Eric Rodriguez has been the guy to beat so far. Dalton really has dropped it back. Maybe he might have overused his tires here, so this could be an issue for the 24. Hernandez has been quietly running in that 3rd spot, so you might want to keep an eye out on him to see maybe if he can catch the 24 here for 2nd.
Indeed, as they go into the front straightaway, laps are winding down, as I believe we've only got 6 to go.
About 6 laps to go there. Eric Rodriguez. You see Dalton still actually, I think he's better off in 1 and 2, but not so much 3 and 4 there. So that might be the 24 strong point there in the weak points there, so just to point that out. But Dalton looks like he had a faster car this lap here, as he did close in the gap that time around.
Here we go, 5 laps to go as Dalton is still on the hunt for the lead, chasing down the 22 of Rodriguez as they go down to the back straightaway. The big question is, can he capitalize? He's fast in the corners, but just cannot get up to the rear bumper of Eric Rodriguez. Give him a bump and wiggle him a little bit.
I think the 22 might be faster on the straightaway speed, though, compared to the 24, but Dalton just nails those corners really well. We've seen his experience in the Truck Series, how strong and consistent he can get. And even so, this is still an excellent run. Not as much racing we've seen as expected, but either way, the battle for the lead has pretty much been close and getting closer and closer. And look at the exit he got off of corner number 4.
Indeed, a really good run there by the 24. I kind of wonder if he would like to try running the middle to outside line. Yes, it does mean that he falls out of the draft, but that's just a little bit extra momentum that he can bring into the back straightaway.
Oh yeah, I certainly agree with that, but I think the middle groove is probably the best groove to be in, maybe even going through that transition down at the bottom. I think that's where you see that 24 get the exit speed off the corner there. Eric Rodriguez is going to have to hold on for dear life with 3 laps to go.
Down in turns 1 and 2, the 24 gets closer and closer. Not enough to hit him, but he is inching ever so closer.
Yep, here they come into turn number 3. Dalton is just right there on that bumper of the 22. Not exactly physically there, but he is closing in on that gap. 2 laps to go this time around.
Iowa's been known for some very crazy finishes. If you remember back in the day, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. blew an engine on coming to the checkered flag. Carl Edwards ran to the back of him, crashing both cars with Ricky Stenhouse winning the event. Here they go, out of turns 3 and 4. The white flag is going to fly.
Yep, here they come off turn number 4. Like Blake said, the white flag is out. 1 more lap to go here at Iowa Motor Speedway. Eric Rodriguez has been leading all the laps of the race here. Pure dominance here at Iowa. I don't think Dalton's really got anything on this 22.
I think if he was going to have a shot, he wore out the tires. But here they go into turns 3 and 4. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we've got ourselves a winner. Eric Rodriguez is going to come down the front straightaway. He's going to win at Iowa.
Yeah, what a run for Eric Rodriguez. A relatively clean race here. The Xfinity Series' nature has actually been rather tame here, knowing its reputation compared to the Cup and Truck Series normally for their chaos. But what a clean race here today. Only 1 caution on the track. No retirees. I'm quite surprised myself. And for wondering about car number 33, remember he had that rear end damage. He actually finished 27th, even though that's not the best run. That's still actually impressive with no rear end to the race car.
Well, a very, very solid run by the 22 there. Congrats to our winner and Eric Rodriguez.
Yep, I would like to thank Blake here for helping me out in this relatively short race, but he'll help my YouTube in a bit because I'll mention you there. Thank you so much for helping me out there. Normally we don't get that many co-commentators. We do have a lot more in the Truck Series, so for those waiting for that series, those races will be coming up once I get the regular season done for Xfinity and Cup. So be aware of that as the phone is ringing there. So news is coming, but thank you very much for watching. And as the phone still keeps ringing, we'll be looking at the point standings here shortly after.